के 2008 के वो गलत डिसीजंस, इन सब ने इस खेल का मजा तो खराब किया, लेकिन इसके बाद रूल्स भी अपडेट हुए ताकि ऐसा दोबारा
and a lot of opportunity to a lot of other supporting staff to continue their love for cricket.
सो व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड, जब आपने पहली दफ़ा क्रिकेट को फ्रॉम द साइड ऑफ सीबीआई देखा, तो तब क्या पॉलिसीज़ होती थी इस तरह की ऑन एंटी करप्शन, या कुछ ऐसे रूल्स होते थे?
किसी को पता भी नहीं था कि एटलीस्ट क्रिकेटिंग फ्रेटर्निटीज में एवरीबडी वाज टर्निंग अ ब्लाइंड आई टू दिस. फुसफुस होती थी कि कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ है, पर कोई रूल नहीं था, कोई रेगुलेशन नहीं थी. ड्रेसिंग रूम में सब लोग घूमते रहते थे इधर उधर. बट आफ्टर these incidents happened, a lot of steps were taken, and now there are very stringent protocols that have to be followed, while the players have to follow, the supporting staff have to follow, even the cricket administrators have to follow these stringent steps. So I'm happy the way it has evolved, the anti-corruption, the integrity around cricket.
So how easy or difficult was it when you first engaged with the administration, players, boards and other people from the outside? बाद में आप internal आ गए, but from the outside, how
Yeah.
easy or difficult was it?
Initially there was this, thing of blocking everything. Everything is hunky-dory. There is nothing wrong. It's all, rumors and all. But when more details and more, skeletons came out of the cupboard, we found that yes, a lot of people started accepting yes, there is something to be corrected. And once that acceptance came that there is something wrong going on and we need to correct it, I think then thereafter it was easy.
So then you came on this side. I'm sure you would have laid down a lot of policies कि this is the process and all that. तब players की तरफ से कैसा acceptance था कि after whatever happened पहले जो हुआ था और वो नज़र में आ गया सबके, how easy or difficult was it for you?
Yeah, when I joined the cricketing fraternity within, there weren't any regulations and all, and there weren't any major, even education to the players. They were not even aware what's going on, how to protect themselves and these kind of things. So initial days we had to frame the code, anti-corruption code. We had to build protocols around the dressing rooms and all those kind of things. And then more important was to take steps to educate players, how they can be corrupted, how they can be, taken advantage of. A lot of them come from villages, a lot of them come from humble backgrounds. They have not been exposed to the world, corrupt world around. So they take a lot of, and I think they were quite receptive. They were in fact surprised that all this is going on, and once they were informed about it, yes. So our job is not to really go after, looking into what each player does. Our job is mainly to protect and cocoon the players from outside bad influences.
So when you do that, I'm sure आपके पास एक वो नज़र होती है, आपकी टीम के पास वो नज़र होती है कि प्लेयर कौन सी चीज़ से इन्फ्लुएंस हो सकता है. तो कैसे, how does it work for you? How does a team work?
Yeah, over the years, you pick up a lot of data from the field fixers. You get a lot of information gathered from various sources, and then these are the bad guys. You would need to keep away from the players. Also, we have rogues gallery pictures and all these kind of things. So yeah, I wouldn't like to go into too much of detail how we do it, but still there is a technique and a scientific process involved in how we go about it, and I think the game is well protected today.
So I mean that is where I was coming to. From the time जब आपने outside से देखा, inside आकर के, today you are actually again moved out of it. So you feel that it has been now a stronger, you have a good wall behind where cricket is being played, protected, and it is much more safer than it was earlier?
Yes, in a way, yes. There are, all, at least within the cricketing administrative bodies, there are good rules, there are good regulations, player contracts are there. So all these, in fact, in the beginning, there were no player contracts itself between this thing. So now all those things are in place. Yet I would feel much better if the governments also supported, with proper legislation, making match fixing as a criminal activity. Unfortunately, it is not so. Also, the communication levels have gone, entirely to a different levels with
cricketers, and these cricketers are demigods, मतलब they are
absolutely.
भगवान की तरह से पूजा जाता है उनको.
जी.
So when you were interacting with them on both the sides, inside, outside, तो क्या कभी-कभी intimidation होती थी या आपकी टीम की cricketer हैं, मतलब how will they behave, कैसा होगा?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, क्योंकि एक तो हम लोग बड़े सीनियर रैंक से इस फील्ड में आए थे, तो वी नेवर फेल्ट इंटिमिडेटेड बाय एनी अदर थिंग. नन ऑफ माय junior staff, they never felt it. And also our briefing to our own people is that whatever, let's recognize them as somebody people love and they are at that level. We give them all the respect, but at the same time we take no nonsense from anybody.
थैंक यू सो मच.
और दोस्तों मैं बताऊं, रवि सवानी साहब नेटफ्लिक्स की एक वेब सीरीज पर भी आ चुके हैं जो मैच फिक्सिंग के बारे में थी. मैंने रवि साहब से भी पूछा कि क्रिकेट के 180 सालों का ये सफर वो कैसे देखते हैं. सुनिए उनका क्या कहना है इस बारे में.
Oh yes, yes. Look at the love that has evolved, and where IPL has gone, and where nobody. In my time, yes, we were only thinking about test matches. Now various other formats have taken over, and the viewership, the TV has increased the viewership. So no doubt it's into our blood, it's religion, not only in India, if you see around the subcontinent, even if I personally know that it's now growing at a great speed in USA, for example, everywhere.
और ट्विटर पर.
From humble beginnings, it started as a game. A battle ball, a field, and players with no fame. But little did they know, cricket would soon ignite a passion that would last through day and night. 180 not out, we're going strong. 180 not out, the game